Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my August TBR. I am coming off of one of the best reading months, definitely of 2025, but probably of my whole entire life as well, not even being a little bit dramatic. It was such a good reading month for so many different reasons. So I am just so excited to film my July reading wrap up and tell you guys why I had such a good reading month and talk about all the books that I read with you guys. But it has me equally as excited to plan this month's TBR and hopefully make August just as much of a success as July was. So with that, I am going to be pulling my usual 6 prompts from the TBR jar today and picking out 6 books that fit those prompts. So I cannot wait. With that, let's just get right into it. I honestly don't know what we're gonna get today as far as the prompts go. I don't know if what's left is like new prompts that I haven't gotten to yet or older ones that I mixed in there a while ago. I honestly haven't even like touched this jar in a while. So it's gonna be interesting to see what prompts we get. Hopefully some good ones. Prompt number 1 is a book with the letter F in the title. Right away I see Float, and this is a YA romance. I read a YA summer romance last month that was a success, so I do want to read this before summer is over. I feel like August is going to be kind of my last chance to get through my summer books. That one is definitely a good option. We do have The Roughest Draft and Float Plan. The Roughest Draft has been compared to Beach Read. I feel like it's going to be more of an emotional romance. Same thing goes for Float Plan. I know our female main character just lost her fiance, so it's going to deal with grief. Those are 2 options as well. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but I only have this side on my top shelf of the TBR cart. I cleared out the entire other side, so I'm not gonna have to flip it around to look for my like summary reads, which I pretty much all consolidated to this top area here. And I think that's gonna be my main priority of books I wanna pick when I'm pulling prompts. So I think I'm gonna cut my search there and just go ahead and pick Float for this prompt. This is again a YA romance. I believe it started out as like a Wattpad book, and I think when she first started writing it, she was very young, and then by the end of the book you can see her writing style progress, which sounds really interesting. But I just love a YA summer romance. They read so quickly, they're very lighthearted and fun and good palate cleansers, so I feel like this will be just a good time when I can pack in my bag when I'm going to the pool, and just something to mix in if I get some more heavier emotional reads this month. So excited to add Float as the first book on my August TBR. Okay, prompt number 2. A book title that starts with The. Kind of a similar vibe and prompt to the first one we picked, but we do have some options. Right away I'm seeing, okay, again, The Roughest Drafts. Honestly, not really feeling that. The Road Trip by Beth O'Leary is one I would like to get to soon. It's a road trip romance, and I think they're exes and they're going to a wedding together, and I love Beth O'Leary's rom-coms, so this could definitely be something cute to read before summer is over. The Paper Palace was also on my radar, specifically for the month of August, because that is when it takes place according to the premise in the front of the book. And I think this one is kind of like a family drama. I think our female main character is having an affair with a childhood friend, so it sounds a little bit scandalous, but my mom actually read this book a few summers ago and then gave it to me because she really enjoyed it. She said it was very much a page turner, so this could be a good option as well for August specifically. I know we have a lot more options on the cart, but again, I feel like I primarily want to pick from this top shelf and out of my summer books before summertime is over. And I honestly think of these 2, I'm feeling The Paper Palace a little bit more. That's definitely the one I'm leaning towards. I think because I know it takes place in the month of August, and if you know me, you know I love reading books when they're actually set. And I think this one will give me a good mix of like romance, mystery, drama, scandal. So I'm gonna give this one a try as the second book on my August TBR. Prompt number 3. This is going by so fast, but I'm not mad about it. I feel like I'm not debating too many books as options. I'm finding ones quickly, which is a good sign. A book that's your favorite color. My favorite color is green. Definitely see a lot of blue on this top shelf. The one book I see that's green is Two Doors Away. It's a book that I thrifted, and I've never heard any reviews for it, but to be honest, I don't think I'm really feeling it right now. So I'm gonna see what else we have. We have Sorrow and Bliss down here, which is a lit fic that I've heard compared to Normal People. I think it's kind of like very character driven, slice of life. Again, I don't know if I'm completely feeling that for the summertime. I'm gonna flip it around and see what we got on the other side. Forever Interrupted by Taylor Jenkins Reid has a little bit of green on the spine, but if we're gonna be that specific about it, there were some books up top that had a little bit of green on it. Like Summer Romance by Annabelle Monaghan has a little bit of green in the landscape. So maybe we could bend the rules of the prompt and make that count. I think that's what I'm gonna do, because honestly I would rather pick a book that doesn't perfectly fit the prompt but that I really want to read versus picking a book that fits the prompt but I'm not excited about. I feel like that's what I did last month and it led to having a really great reading month, so I want to keep that going. And I think based on that logic I am gonna go with Summer Romance by Annabelle Monaghan. This was her release from I think last summer and it got really great reviews. I saw this in so many people's favorite books of the year wrap-ups at the end of the year last year, and I just think it would be a great one to try and fit in before the summertime is over. I've read 2 other Annabelle Monaghan books aside from her most recent release from this year, and I did enjoy them both. I like her writing style a lot. I don't know the specifics of what this book is about, but it sounds pretty similar based on the vibes I got when people talked about it to her previous books. I think we're following a single mother and just kind of her life struggles, and then she has a romance, so I am really excited to read this one and I hope I enjoy it as much as everyone else has. Okay, prompt number 4. Ooh, we got 2. I'm gonna pick this first one. This prompt starts with D. Okay, well maybe I should have kept that other one because we just used that prompt. I think this was the one that was stuck to that one. Let's see what we got. Bookstagram decides. Okay. Shameless plug, you should follow my Bookstagram account if you are not already so that you can participate in potential future polls like this one. So I think that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick a few options maybe and then put up a story and say which one should I pick out of a few of them. But I just need to decide what options I want to share. I'm going to flip it around to see what's on our top shelf again. Deep End was on my TBR last month and it was one of the very few books that I did not get to. So this could be an option. I think out of these books that we have left, Swept Away by Beth O'Leary is the one I'm most excited for. This is her latest release and it's like a summer romance, which just sounds so perfect for right now. And Beth O'Leary is one of my favorite rom-com authors, so I think that is a good option as well. Maybe what I could do is do a Beth O'Leary matchup and say between these two, which one should I read? The Road Trip and Swept Away. I feel like that would be a fair poll because they're both similar books by the same author, whereas Deep End by Ali Hazelwood seems like such a different vibe. But maybe 2 different vibes could be good as well. I don't know, I feel like I'm more excited about the Beth O'Leary books than this Ali Hazelwood book just because of the reviews I've heard, and I have not yet heard any reviews for Swept Away, so I'm really curious to see for myself how I like it. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a Beth O'Leary matchup and post a little poll, and by the end we'll see which book is winning, and that'll be the book I add to my TBR. Okay, let's say, how do I do a poll? I have not done this in so long. Here we go, poll. Okay, which one should I read in August? Swept Away. I'll do a sailboat emoji. Or The Road Trip, and I'll do a car emoji. I think I like the purple. Okay. I'm gonna post this. Hopefully by the time we finish pulling prompts, there will be a winner and some votes on my poll. So let's get to pulling more prompts. I think we are on prompt number 5. Yeah, okay. Prompt number 5. A book with a number in the title. We're getting a lot of similar prompts, like something in the title. Okay, The 7-Year Slip. I'm really not feeling that for summer, to be honest. We have One Star Romance. That is the only one I've come across so far that I feel like I'm open to reading in the summertime. I know it takes place at a wedding too, so maybe there's a chance it's set during the summer. But the premise for this one does sound interesting. We have a maid of honor and then a best man, and they are in this wedding together and they really don't like one another because she wrote a book and he gave the book a 1-star review. So I'm curious to kind of see their dynamic play out and see like why he gave the book a 1-star review, what the reasoning is, if they have like history or what's going on. But I feel like this could be a good pick because honestly some of the books that I had some success with last month were ones I wasn't expecting to love. So maybe that could be the case for this one too. So we're gonna give this one a try. If it's the prompt 1-star romance, I'm adding it to my August TBR and hopefully I love it. Final prompt is a book that's dual POV. How to End a Love Story has been on my radar for a little bit. It's written by the screenwriter for Emily Henry's latest adaptation, People We Meet on Vacation. So I was interested to see what her writing was like in her books, but it doesn't look like this one is dual POV. Alone with You in the Ether. This is a book that's on my TBR for the year and I have not gotten to it yet. This is one I never really hear people talk about anymore, but I'm always so curious to see if I like her books or not because she has a few that I'm interested in reading. This has really long chapters. I can't tell if it's dual POV. I don't think it is. Deep End. Usually Ali Hazelwood's books are not dual POV. Yeah, it doesn't look like this one is. We could go back to Flow Plan. I was thinking of pulling that one earlier. But it doesn't look like this one is dual POV either. You with a View was on my TBR a couple months ago and I did not get around to reading it, but I know it's a rom-com. Oftentimes those are dual POV, but it doesn't look like this one is. I know I said earlier I wasn't completely feeling the roughest draft, but I do think it might be dual POV. It is. And I will say the books that I loved the most last month kind of were unexpected surprises and books that I've been putting off. And this I would say has been a book I've been putting off and just trying to save it for the right time, but maybe the right time is now. I feel like this is the one that's speaking to me the most that is dual POV. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it and add it to the TBR. It would be a good one to read while it's still summer. Like I mentioned, I've heard this book compared to Beach Read because we follow a couple who are both writers and I think they were married but now they've split up, but they're under contract to write one more book together. So they are coming back and writing this book and trying to get along. So it sounds interesting. Maybe they aren't a married couple. Maybe they were just previously in a relationship and now coming back together, which still sounds like a tense situation. So I feel like it's gonna have a lot of angst and a lot of tension, and I do think I really could like it. I have heard good reviews for this one, so maybe it's my time to give it a try. Okay, so it's only been a few minutes. I don't think my poll has even been up for like 10 minutes, but I'm gonna see if we have any votes so far. It looks like we have one vote, and it is for Swept Away. So part of me thinks I should wait a little bit and see what more people have to say and let some more votes come in, but there also is a part of me that I think was leaning towards Swept Away a little more anyway, so I almost want to call it there. This just sounds so perfect for summer, and a road trip romance does too. But I feel like I was just so highly anticipating this one as a new release for this year. And this one is a backlist book, which I'm still excited for, but I don't know. I feel like I'm just leaning towards Swept Away. I think the setting and the premise just really intrigue me. In this one, we have our two main characters who had a one-night stand on this guy's boat, and then they don't tie up the boat. So they wake up and they're drifted out at sea. So it sounds like a very interesting forced proximity kind of situation, and I feel like it's going to be like a lot of humor as well. Beth O'Leary does the comedic aspects to a rom-com as well as the emotional aspects really, really well in all of her books. So we'll check one more time, see if any more votes came in. before settling on Swept Away. No more votes came in, but I think since the one vote we did get was for the book I was leaning towards anyway, I'm going to take that as a sign and I'm going to pick Swept Away as the book that Bookstagram has decided on. So the 6 books on my August TBR are Swept Away by Beth O'Leary, The Roughest Draft by Emily Wibberley and Austin Sigmund Broca, One Star Romance by Laura Hankin, Summer Romance by Annabelle Monahan, The Paper Palace by Miranda Cowley Heller, and Float by Kate Martian. So that is going to conclude my August TBR. I am so excited. I feel like we have a really great selection of books. There's so many that I am excited about, and I'm hopeful that I will love most, if not all, of these books. So if you enjoyed watching, if you're still liking the TBR jar, help me pick out my reads, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, I would love to have you guys here. Make sure you hit the red button down below to stick around, and comment down below with your thoughts on my August TBR. If you've read any of these books, if you think I'll like certain ones, if you think I should prioritize any or include them in reading vlogs, let me know down below and let me know what is on your TBR for the month of August as well. Thank you guys so much as always for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye guys.